Hello YouTube, this is King77 Carmen, and this will be a review of the MSG Freestyle Bazooka, Shield, and Gun from Kotobukiya, and I got these at Hobby Link Japan. I'm going to start off with the most simplest of all three of them, or I mean the ones with the fewest parts extra, which is the bazooka, which stands with just the standard frame and no other armor, about to its shoulder, and it comes with a grip, and I'll go over moving parts right now. This, where the grip or the mount mechanism hooks on, it can move up and down. This thing can slide forward, and the back opens up, and you can see vents inside here and what I presume to be the clip. It also comes with a mounting mechanism for if you have it on over-the-shoulder mounted thing like on the W2 Spectre. And this little peg at the bottom can come out and you can flip it around to have it on the other side. And it's a standard peg, so you can peg it just about anywhere on the kits. They have really standard, I forgot what the size is. But to put this in the hand, it's easiest to take this off, take the hand off, pull the fingers out. Actually, no. Pull the fingers out and loop it through with the hand on this, and then take it and put it back in the hand. That is the easiest way to put it on. And luckily enough, all the other freestyle weapon units can go into the hand without having to take it apart. And just plug it back in, and you have a nice big bazooka. And it is a bit heavy for the standard thing, and this is a different frame from the one I reviewed for my W2 Spectre, because I bought a second kit for something you guys will see later. But this shoulder is exceedingly loose, so putting it in this arm will really weigh it down. And it turns there are a couple joints on this frame that are loose. So I stand by my thing saying that all frames do vary. But when I paint this frame up, because I'm painting and making a second kit, which you will see later, hopefully. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not yet. But all the frames are different, and well, that's really about it for the bazooka, for the freestyle weapons unit bazooka. I haven't painted it, so this is what you get right out of the box. You get this, a normal handle, and this with the little peg, and that's about it. And I'll be right back with the next part. Alright, next up we have the freestyle shield, and well, this is it in one of its couple forms. It just has a little handle which will easily feed into the hand and give him just a little arm shield, or you can mount it with the peg onto his arm mount. And then to make this into what I'm going to be using it as, you pull the little handle off, and this, I gotta say, is the heaviest of all of them. You take these two pieces and flip out the little connector, hook this side on, do the same with the other side, and here's the full shield. It's a pretty big shield. It's pretty heavy too. And you can mount it onto the arm, and you can use it as a big shield, and you can support it, luckily enough. I haven't tried it with I don't think I've tried it with the armor on, because this has relatively large feet. And I'm going to take a short break to put it to its other form. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. And as you can see, the shield can open up into a giant claw-like thing. And there are a joint here, 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 and here. And you get 4 beams, and it can move a lot. But as you can see, for it being pretty big, it is quite heavy. Let's see if I can get his arm to support it. Well, his arm can support it. Let's just hold the torso and see if his arm really can. His arm can support it pretty well, but mine's waist is pretty freaking weak. But luckily enough, when I put the armor pieces on, this won't be moving. And as you can see, these little tab pieces have a standard peg, so you can mount them just about anywhere on the basic frame and any port on the armor that is standard size. And I forgot to mention it in the first little section, but all these weapons are spec'd to 15 to 20 centimeter model kits. So about 15 to 20 meter mobile suit representations. Just clicking all the little things. When you move it, they will eventually slide out, and you get 2 extra little pegs. If you got more of these, you can just get the shield to be extremely massive. But that's just about it for this part. The next part's going to be the longest because the gun has the most variations and other things. So I will be right back with that. So, a little side note that I forgot to mention. You can mount the little handle onto the center peg. Since the handle has 2 ports, you can mount it either in the upper or the lower position. And you can still, I would recommend, since it's a lot heavier, mounting it with the hook on the top. Put it in the hand, and you can use it like a shield without it being pegged into the arm. Now on to the review of the gun. Okay, now on for the gun. This is it in its most basic form, and this is one of the 3 of them all say they require glue. This is the one that really does, because you have the option of switching out a whole bunch of parts on this. In this form, you can mount it using this little U-clip, which has a peg on one side but is completely reversible, which mounts to the post at the bottom here, and you can use it as a little holster. And it can mount on any standard peg, just about anywhere on the suit. And then there's also this little tiny nub peg thing that goes into the hole at the very front of the gun. This, I believe, is more for in the larger variants because the barrel gets pretty freaking long. And this is the one that, if anything, will be used because that has it really far back. I don't know. See, it mounts it pretty far. And I just don't quite like this one. Besides, it'll probably be in hand more than anything else. Alright, so to get this ready to go on to the next part, you can remove this little butt stock piece, this little top piece, which you can mount a whole bunch of stuff. Let me go look at the reference picture to get to the next piece. Alright, to get to the next form, you need to take both of the barrel extensions, this being the first one, which goes on and makes the gun about this long. And then you take this one, put it on, giving it to its full length. Take the secondary butt pad, plug it in like this. Then you take this black wire, and you really do need to glue this little gray peg piece into it, because otherwise you can do that and it'll fall right out. So this will be the last thing I put in. Take this like ammo container, mount it to the back in some way. It doesn't really mount to this one, so mounting it to the far peg. It will sit for some reason at kind of like an off angle, but it really doesn't matter because you can't see it. It's on the sway. Let's see if we can mount it here. Oh, nope. Oh, you can. Maybe if I remove this piece. Yeah, you have to remove the center back peg to do this. I don't know. The picture doesn't give very much information, and the instructions have nothing on how to mount it. But it's apparently a pretty loose peg. But you run the wire from either side at the bottom of this to the top of this, which I'm not going to do because it gets annoying. And this one you can just slide right into the hand. And as the back piece comes falling off, this isn't it like more of a long rifle. Then you can take this little port out, put on these little magazine pieces, or one of the different variation of the magazines. Then you can put on this one. This one has the most different little variation pieces and stuff like that. And yeah, this will be held, I don't know if I'm going to be using it probably in this form. But I don't really like this little buttstock, so I'll probably use the basic one. But yeah, this one does need to be, the two halves of the gun needs to be glued together. The buttstock and whatever ammo pack you're using need to be glued in. And it's relatively light. It doesn't falter in the hand at all. And it just looks cool. Unfortunately, the back doesn't get any longer, so it's really off-centered. If it had like a little extension for like the buttstock to go back further to make it more of a realistic rifle, it would be better, but it's still really awesome. And the only thing that stopped it from really being supported is the shoulder being so derpy as it is. But otherwise than that, this was the review of the Kotobukiya MSG Freestyle gun, bazooka, and shield. And stay tuned for the next part, or not next part. The next time you see these, they'll be on the finished kit or semi-finished kit, depending on how far I get on it. So that's King 77 Carmen signing out.